Hello, guys, and welcome to this episode of the off-season hurricane outlook and discussion for March 18th, 2022. And we're going to be looking at some different charts today. We're not going to be looking at CDAS. We're going to be taking a look at Noaa because now I see why CDAS is glitched up and nobody hardly uses it. And as you can see here, we are at the Nino 3.4 region. And as you can see here, since, late, mid-December, it's been going on pretty much a roller coaster ride, going up, down, 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 up. And then it's finally going all the way back down to below -1, which is moderate La Nina territory at this current point in time. We have seen this decrease over the past month or so because of the easterly wind bursts that have been continuously, developing in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean that is cooling these sea surface temperatures down to, below La Nina threshold. Now we're getting towards at moderate La Nina stage, which we already are right now. And as you can see here, towards the end of the forecast period for these anomalies, you can see that it's starting to take another dip again. So we're going to see how far this dips down over the coming weeks as we head into the month of April. And now is really a very important time to keep track of the Enzo region because, at this current point in time, there's nothing stopping this from being a La Nina season for the Atlantic hurricane season because I think unless some unforetold events happen and this final SSW doesn't do much to bring up these water temperatures, I don't foresee this being any more or any less a La Nina for the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. So with that being said, just got to pay attention to this and hope that the SSW, brings the temperatures up a little bit. But even if it does, I feel like those easterly wind bursts are going to continue to just whistle across the eastern and central Pacific and just, cool these temperatures right back down again. All right, so here's the Noaa Coral Reef Watch sea surface temperatures. And as you can see here, indicative of these yellows and oranges, which are about 26s and 27s, you can see these 26s that are starting to creep back up on the eastern side of Florida here. So, the water temperatures are starting to recover now from the cold front that came in last weekend. And, I foresee that these temperatures are going to keep going up from here because I don't see any cold fronts coming through Florida anymore this year. Unless something freak happens, I just don't see any cold fronts coming in through Florida to really put a damper on these sea surface temperatures. Not to mention, we're getting in towards April, so from this point forward, we're pretty much in spring here in Florida. So we're just gonna keep on getting warmer and warmer. And here I can show you what the temperatures are going to be like from at least a Weather Channel standpoint. That doesn't help me. Weather Channel. Yes, hold on, guys. We're getting there. I should have had this up before I started to do the video. More St. Lucie. We're just going to do my area here for the temperature-wise. If it will load, please. All right, here we go. We're going to go to a 10-day forecast. I'm going to show you how warm it's going to be. It's going to be 87 today, 89, 79, 79, 80, 80, 80, 70, 80. Look, this is not showing us any type of cold front that is coming through to cool down these water temperatures, at least off the coast of eastern Florida. This is, mind you, these temperatures are only for eastern Florida. So, I only see these waters continuing to warm up from here, in my opinion. All right, so elsewhere in the Western Atlantic, you can see some 89s, or not 89s, but 28s. Even some pockets of 29s starting to creep up here in the near Central America too. So these waters are warming up pretty nicely, and it's only March 18th, and it's kind of gotten me worried of what we could see these water temperatures be at when we come to like May 15th, when the special, not special, but the tropical weather outlooks start coming out. So, like I said, mid-May, this is the hot spot, the northwest Caribbean. So stay tuned for that. Elsewhere in the Western Atlantic, we got some 26s and some 27s that are popping up here near the Caribbean and Western MDR. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the tropical Atlantic here. And as you can see here from the Noaa Coral Reef Watch sea surface temperatures, we got some 26s and 27s, but these are mostly, south of the 10-degree north line. We're going to have to see these start, propagating north if we want to have a warmer MDR. Like I've been saying the last couple of videos, what you want here is you want a cooler subtropics in a warmer MDR if you really want a hyperactive season. I mean, yes, you had 2020 and 2017, but those had warm MDR as well. So we're like I said, I'm gonna keep a watch on these sea surface temperatures for you guys, but we're gonna have to see these like really pull north if we want to have a decent MDR season this year. Which obviously it's like I said, it's March 18th. There's still plenty of time for these regions to warm up, and I do firmly believe that these are gonna warm up as we head out through time. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at the CFS total accumulated precipitation anomaly. These update 2 to 3 times a day, depending on the day, I guess. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. As you can see here, it's updated twice, 3 times. It just depends really. So here is the precipitation anomalies for April, and as you can see, some of the parts of the subtropics is pretty wet here in April, and so too is a little bit of the Caribbean. Obviously, I do not, foresee any tropical or subtropical development in April, but we've seen stranger things happen. We've seen a hurricane in January, so anything can happen. All right, so here is May. As you can see here, the Caribbean anomaly here is still pretty strong for precipitation. You're looking at some blues popping up here, which is anywhere from 6 to 8 inches, above normal in some of these regions. So this can mean a tropical cyclone could be in the making by, like I said, mid-May. We gotta look out for that. And as you can see here in the Eastern Pacific, it's pretty active here. So what this is telling me right now is May could develop a Central American gyre. So this is what this is telling me right here with these precipitations near Central America on either side. So Central American gyre, Eastern Pacific and Atlantic, might pick up a storm at the same time. We don't know yet, but the anomaly is there. The signal is there for a very wet Caribbean, and that's going to be a place that we're going to have to watch here as we go forward. And here we are in June. As you can see, it's not as impressive here as May, but there are some wetness here in the Bahamas and the Gulf of Mexico here. So, like I said, these are weaker signals than say this right here in the Caribbean, but this can either mean it could be your typical rain shower or a very weak spin up of a tropical cyclone. We're just gonna have to wait and see when we get to June. All right, so here are the bulk shear anomalies here, and as you know, like I said, there was this subtropical stuff here, and then the stuff in the Caribbean. Well, if you look here between the maps, I mean, obviously, the Caribbean, precipitation is kind of half and a half here. But as you can see in the subtropics, we are looking pretty good with shear with all that precipitation here. Like I said, honestly, we don't know if it's going to be a subtropical system or just a front that moves through the area. But the shear is there for the favorability aspect of the making of a subtropical and tropical cyclone. All right, so here's May. We're gonna move this here too. So as you can see here, where we got the strongest precipitation anomalies, the favorable wind shear is there. Like I said, we're just gonna have to see, how this pans out. But like I said, May is looking like it may, form a Central American gyre. So I do, foresee that the May activity will continue for the eighth consecutive year in a row. This is at least what I'm feeling, and this is my opinion. So we're just gonna have to see how that all pans out. But as you can see here near Florida, we do got an anomaly here that is not very favorable for any type of development whatsoever. So this, what you see near Florida, I mean, that could be from this system here, but this could be just an area of showers and thunderstorms because, as you can see, the favorability of the shear is just not there. All right, so now we're going to head into June, and as you can see, most of the Atlantic is pretty favorable for this time of year. And as you can see, where the precipitation anomalies are here in the Gulf of Mexico and Florida, you can see that those, not precipitation, but the wind shear bulk anomaly is pretty favorable for that area. So we're going to just have to see how this all turns out, whether it's a thunderstorm, or a couple of thunderstorms, or a weak tropical cyclone that could be, affecting these areas. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will be back again on Sunday or maybe Monday for another off-season outlook and discussion. Have a nice day.